What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here, and today I want to talk to you guys about what the biggest issue is right now in the gaming industry. Now, before, this issue probably would have been loot boxes, but it seems that those are on the way out, and this kind of pay for what you want DLC model or micro DLC model is what's going to be taking its place, which I guess we can thank Fortnite for, but is still, in my opinion, an improper or incomplete way to actually deliver the best service to the users at the end of the day. Yes, it generates a lot of money, but I also don't feel it's the best for users, but that's for a different video. What I want to talk to you guys today about is definitely the biggest issue that's in the gaming industry right now, and that is the release of incomplete games. For whatever reason it is, over the last few years I've noticed, especially in games like Call of Duty and Battlefield, this seems to be more and more of a problem where features that should be in the games that have been in past games are just missing. Let's take, for instance, Infinite Warfare, that took months to get a combat record, to get emblem editor, and the same issues here in Black Ops 4 where, okay, we have emblem editor, but we don't have a combat record at all. Why is it that Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 had a more complete launch than what Black Ops 4 has had? You know, we're 7 years later after the Black Ops 2 launch, and not only is the game more unstable, we also don't have a complete stats page, which to me makes absolutely zero sense. What are they wasting their time on? Why is it that we're getting these games unfinished? This is not something that should just be like, hey, by the way, it's mid-December now and we have it. Why? Why is that the case? League Play was released on day 1 of Black Ops 2. We are still 2 months into this game and no League Play. I just want to look at someone and ask them, why are we waiting months and months and months to get features that should be in the day 1 game? And I don't know if this is the new trend within the gaming industry that says, well, if we continue to push out new stuff or stuff that should be in the base game, it'll bring players back in to play our game. Well, I actually think the complete opposite. I'm going to be more inclined to play your game if you continue to give me stuff that should be in at launch. You know, I'm not going to come back and play your game because something that should be in at launch is finally in 2.5 months later. You're going to get me back in if you release good content and give me good DLC or give me good free content. I'll come back and play your game then. I might be more inclined to spend more money, but you're not going to entice me by essentially saying, oh, we put this in now. It should have been in at launch, but it's here now. One of those problems persisted, and I know I'm going to probably get some flack with this, but one of those issues is with Red Dead Redemption and was an issue with Grand Theft Auto. I loved Grand Theft Auto 5. I can play it for hours still today. I've completed the campaign. I've run around aimlessly for hours. But for whatever reason, I can never get into the online play. And that's because it should have been in the game day 1. And that is the same with Red Dead Online. There should be no reason that this is getting released weeks to months after the initial launch. I understand it's a big deal. I understand it's a big server crunch. But it should be out day 1. No questions asked. If you're telling me that, oh, it's to bring players back, because yeah, I know, you know, I follow the streamers, I watch gameplays on YouTube. A lot of people have already finished the campaign for Red Dead. So yes, they're going to come back and play Red Dead Online because it's a big release. But wouldn't it be great to have that option day 1? Okay, well, I can switch between my Red Dead story and then play Red Dead Online. And maybe this is a strategic play by Rockstar Games to say, you know what, we're going to let players experience the experience the single player and then bring online when most people are done. I get that from a certain standpoint, but I personally believe if it's there day 1, you're going to keep more players for a longer period of time. And that is one of the keys that we're trying to look for in the gaming industry, is we want to keep players playing for as long as possible, because the longer they play, the more opportunity we have to have them spend money on DLC. And that is how games are making their bread and butter nowadays, is through DLC content. And that's fine. I'm not going to get mad at where the gaming industry is going necessarily, but keep in mind that if we have that on day 1, I'm going to be more inclined as a consumer to soak more time into the game. Look at Battlefield 5 right now. It is missing a lot of content. It's missing a single player mission. It's missing Tides of War. I believe it's missing a few other things as well. It's Battle Royale mode. Yeah, it's going to be great in March when that gets released, but why in November am I going to, or December now, why am I going to be paying full price for a game that's not even complete yet? What is it with these companies that believe that it is more important to release a game on time than finished? And it's because as consumers, we believe that it's completely alright to soak our money into it. Our response to games that are incomplete is to buy them and get mad about them online, which is what I'm doing right now, instead of not buying them at all and saying we demand finished products. Would it have been better for the Call of Duty community if Black Ops 4 was released 3 months later? Maybe it would have been better for the game overall. It would have hurt the community definitely, but would have sent a message that maybe it's more important to release finished products and properly working products instead of broken pieces of garbage. Same thing happened with Battlefield 4, where we got a game that was so broken at launch, it deterred so many players away. And that's what's happening right now with Battlefield 5 as well, where it's not necessarily broken per se, but it's missing some key features that they definitely marketed around. And when you don't have that at launch, you're going to really hurt the possibility of having that game be successful. If they came out and said they're like, okay, well, we're actually going to release it in March because that's when the Battle Royale mode's going to come, you'd probably get a lot more players flocking to Battlefield 5 because the game would be complete. I don't want to pay money for an incomplete version of what I should be getting on day one, right? I don't want to be paying for 50%. You know, think about it this way. If you turn in a project and you only put 50% of your effort in it, or 50% of the work that was required for it, should you get all the benefits as if you put 100% into it? Hell no, yet we're still saying that's okay, and we're giving these companies a free pass to say, yeah, you know, you can still take our money. It seems that the Battlefield community is kind of lobbying against this, as sales have dropped and they are very low right now for Battlefield 5, which is a good message to send to EA, which is still one of the worst managed companies out there that really just care about the dollars and don't really care about the titles they have, because they could do a lot more with what they have and they just choose not to. But that's beside the point, probably another video for another day. I still believe right now what we're getting in the gaming industry, and yeah, okay, I harped on Rockstar, they still release amazing titles, and I think the single player alone is enough to warrant the dollar value they're charging, and just getting online as a secondary option is well worth the money you're paying for those games. It'd just be nice to have that on launch. But where the real culprits come in are these year-to-year releases like Battlefield and Call of Duty that are released every year, and these core components that should be in day one editions, they're just not there. And I think that as time progresses, if we continue as communities to allow these companies to just get free passes and get off scot-free, we're going to continue getting diminishing quality of games. Why is it that Call of Duty fans have been so angry at the developers recently? Is because we don't like the games they're releasing, yet we're still buying them. I'm a culprit of this 100%. Why is it the Battlefield hasn't changed? Because the core of its fans are still buying the games. They're not staying away. And because the model of how these games make their money has changed so drastically over the last 5 years, we're not really hitting them where it hurts at all. Where kind of before we'd hurt them by not buying the DLC, now it's we all buy the micro DLC because we like it. We think it's cool, but at the end of the day, it's not really helping our cause. It's better if we just buy the game, stay out of the micro DLC, which is what I'm doing right now with Black Ops 4. I'll buy your base game. I will not buy your Black Ops Pass. I will not buy any of your black market content because I do not believe in this DLC model. I still believe it is a crime to have features that are withheld from the customer until 2-3 months down the line that should be in the day one editions. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think right now of games being released incomplete? Would you prefer if games get pushed back? Would you prefer if games got features removed? Let me know with a comment down below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you're new here, or if you like what you saw, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.